Hey, you sexy nerds and nerdettes, it's Rick here, and I'm back with another review. Today I'm going to be taking a look at one of my favorite horror movie series of all time, the NECA Toys Evil Dead 2 Dead by Dawn Ultimate Ash action figure. Before we take a look at the main groovy man himself, let's take a look at the packaging. Alright, so we've got standard NECA Ultimate style packaging here. It's got the window box opening front here. We got a little graphic of the main man himself right there as the Farewell to Arms version. We've got a cool little backdrop here. It might be hard to see with all the lights and whatnot, but we've got an inside interior look at the, that's a little redundant, inside interior. Inside look at the cabin, home sweet home sign there. On both sides, it's going to be the same here. We've got the Evil Dead 2 Dead by Dawn here with a graphic of the cabin and NECA Real Toys. And then on the back, we've got a bunch of little graphics of the different variations that you can put the figure into, as well as a little bio of after a relaxing cabin vacation doesn't go as planned, Ash is left with 3 dead friends, an undead girlfriend, and an evil, angry spirit on the loose. As nightfall approaches, Ash must prepare to again battle the legions of the damned if he wants to make it till dawn. Alright, so bada boom, there is that. Get this guy out of here. Let's look at the main man himself. Alright, so when this was initially solicited, I saw a bunch of people complaining that this was going to be the same figure release with just new leg joints, and that is essentially the case here. However, what is done is amazing. So let's just cover articulation here real quick. We got ball jointed head, we've got ball jointed shoulders, we've got the Hasbro style hinge swivel elbows, you've got a ball jointed wrist. We do have swivel here at the waist. Now, originally on the first figures, the shirt was a soft plastic and there was a ball jointed, like a ball jointed waist here, but I don't know if it's stuck and I haven't been able to break it yet. But as far as I know, there is no swivel here at the waist. I could be wrong, and I'm bumping this camera all over the place here. Okay, so again, we got swivel here at the waist. We do have ball jointed hips, and the plastic here on the crotch is going to be a little bit softer, so there will be no, you know, restrictions in movement here. We've got same kind of the Hasbro swivel hinged knees. And then we've got ball jointed ankles. Now, what makes this guy ultimate, aside from the updated articulation scheme? The paint job is going to be a lot different this time around. It's kind of hard to pick up here, but there is lighter paint applications here on the face, around the eyes especially. The gloss of the... I'll try and get the camera here so I quit bumping it. There is going to be more gloss this time around here on the shirt. The hair kind of makes it look like he's sweating and, you know, and or fell into a puddle. The pants are sculpted a little bit differently. As you can see here, they've got a little bit more ribbing on them, kind of giving it that corduroy or denim look, as opposed to, it was a smooth sculpt the last time. And as far as sculpts, I mean, come on, it's NECA. Do we even really need to cover on how awesome they do as far as in the sculpt department? Now, if I'm going to quibble about anything, there are a few things that I will point out here. The shirt is going to be painted a little bit more like later Ash, you know, later in the movie when he decides to fight back. If you're going to do Deadite version, his shirt wasn't nearly as wet and muddied up. So it's going to be a little inconsistent with what he looked like earlier in the movie when he turned into Deadite Ash. So minor quibble, as well as the doily here that he wraps around his hand. It's a little less detailed than in the first version. There was lots of little dots and whatnot that made it actually look like a doily. Here it just kind of looks like a rag. Now, I'm an idiot. I was strapped for cash a couple of years ago. I had just lost my job and I actually sold off a large portion of my collection, one of those being the Evil Dead. So I don't have the originals to compare it to, and I regret that to this day. I loved those figures dearly. I almost cried when I had to part with them, but, you know, that's life. Things happen, and maybe there's a reviewer out there that actually has the figures to do a comparison, but it's not going to be me, and I failed you guys. I'm so sorry. Forgive me. But I'm sure there's going to be comparisons out there. Now, I'm going based off of memory here, but this guy actually feels a little bit bigger than the initial releases. It's not anything glaringly obvious. Here he is with Henrietta. So it's not going to be anything that like stands out on the shelf that you won't be able to display them. But they just feel bigger. Again, I'm going based off of memory here, but it just feels like it's a bigger figure, more in tune with what they normally do size-wise with their figures. Okay, so what makes him ultimate? Now that I'm done rambling about this guy. He comes with a Deadite head, which again, that just pops off here and you just pop that right down on. He comes with Linda's head. Again, wonderfully sculpted here. No, that does not pop on his head, on his shoulders. He comes with his recorder. He comes with the Necronomicon Ex Mortis. Now, again, this is the Evil Dead 2 version, not Army of Darkness, so it's going to look a little different. He comes with his detached hand, his possessed detached hand. Gruesome looking. He comes with his rifle. He comes with his axe, complete with green blood all over it. He comes with, an extra forearm here that you can put his possessed hand onto. This is a different one, not this guy. This is just a different possessed hand. You can just pop that on here like so, as well as he comes with a regular hand. So you got a lot of different options here. And then what that does here is that just pops off at the shoulder. I'm trying to do that without bumping you. And then you put it on like so. And then you got different ash. So you've got a lot of different options here. You got possessed hand ash, you got a regular ash, you've got farewell to arms ash, you've got deadite ash. So you got a lot of different options here. So that pretty much is what makes it ultimate. Now NECA has hinted that for the 30th anniversary next year, they're going to be doing hero ash with the chainsaw hand and all that. Torn shirt and whatnot. So fingers crossed for that. And then any day now we're supposed to be getting the Ash vs. Evil Dead figures, and they've said they're working on Series 2. So again, sculpts, wonderfully done. The paints are fantastic. Again, minor little quibble with the shirts here, but you know, if I really want to, I'll paint it the light blue and kind of shore up the wetness here. Sculpts, fantastic. Essentially, for the most part, it is the same figure with a few exceptions. And, you know, dirty where it needs to be, clean where it needs to be. Actually, I think it might be even better painted than the first time, first go around. The one thing I do have a problem with is the paint here on the face of the Dead-Eyed Ash was a little bit messier than originally. But that may, some of you may consider that a good thing. I like the previous paint application. But there it is, guys. Ash versus, the Evil Dead 2 Ash Ultimate Action figure. I'm loving all the Ash love right now between this and Ash vs. Evil Dead, and even Mezco is going to be doing one collective Ash from Evil Dead 2 with the chainsaw, I assume. If they're going to do one version, it's going to be the chainsaw version. But these are fantastic figures. I highly recommend them, aside from my minor personal quibbles and complaints, which some of you might find ridiculous. But I would highly recommend getting these figures. These are out right now for about $20, $25, and you can pick them up at places like Big Bad Toy Store or even the NECA eBay. So there it is, guys. Take a look. If you enjoy, please like, please subscribe, and if you don't, you're basically saying that you hate puppies. All right, bye.